So, last Sunday, my family decided to enforce our long-threatened no screens at dinner rule. You know, to bond, make eye contact, and maybe remember what each other look like. My little sister sulked, Mom tried to look heroic, and Dad just nodded along, probably relieved he wouldn't have to pretend to understand TikTok memes for one meal. Everything started out normal: roast chicken, awkward silences, and the palpable sense of withdrawal as everyone tried not to sneak looks at their dark phone screens under the table. About 5 minutes in, Dad started acting off. He kept glancing at the centerpiece, which happened to be a stack of coasters under a lonely, decorative gourd. I ignored it at first, chalking it up to his usual dinner fidgeting, but then he reached for what I thought was the butter knife, paused, and instead grabbed the TV remote. Without missing a beat, he tried to spread butter on his bread with it. At first, nobody noticed. Then he pressed the volume up button and muttered, "Why isn't this working?" We all stared in disbelief. Mom asked, "Mark, what are you doing?" Dad blinked, like he was waking up from a nap, and said, "Trying to get a little more spread on here. It's not responding." My sister lost it, giggling so hard she nearly snorted milk out her nose. Dad, totally unbothered, started flipping the remote over as if maybe the HDMI input would finally get his sourdough channel to change. That's when I realized he'd been using the remote as a knife for at least 2 slices, leaving greasy butter fingerprints all over the buttons. After my sister managed to compose herself, she deadpanned, "Guess Dad thought he could pause his carb intake." And that's the story of how our family's no screens at dinner rule officially backfired, because Dad still managed to butter us up with some remote humor.